Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me for Time versus Understanding. I'm so excited to share this little tidbit with you because it is so important to everyone's journey. You always hear the saying, time heals all. The problem with that is if you're just shoving something down, time isn't going to heal it because you're not dealing with it. It may let you forget consciously more, but it's still there in your subconscious mind. So it's so important to look at things from a I'm going to learn to understand this standpoint, because what do we know about the shadow? It grows when we push things down, okay? So obviously, if you just shove it away, try to black it out and not think about it, you're just rooting it deeper into your own energetic field and body and into your own subconscious mind. And those moments become cornerstones for you because they're life altering because you're pushing them down and not dealing with them. They're changing the wavelength of your life, okay? Now let's talk about understanding. So at first, so I'll give you an example. I'm horrible at math. It's my thing. I actually may not be horrible at math, but I have such a filter over me in math that like you can't even show. I still don't know how to do fractions correctly, okay? And always been this way since elementary school. Just hate it, can't stand it, don't get it, all of those things. So I can't even do math anymore now. But you look at a problem, you see it, you're like, okay, I don't get this right now. But eventually you really have to work at it and work at it and work at it. And then you understand it and then it becomes easier. Now, me, because I haven't done that, I just have been like, fuck the math. I have a calculator. I do writing and art and stuff like that. I'm not big on math. I don't really need it. For me, I've never learned to understand it. So every time I have to do math, it's this trigger point for me still. Okay? It has nothing to do with that that I'm bad at it. I mean, I'm just bad at it because I don't do it because I have failed at it, not because I've tried to understand it and can't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And also, like, you get that filter. As soon as you fail at something, you filter yourself. And then you feel like you can't do it. And you give yourself all of these different emotions that come up from those cornerstone moments. And that's what happens when you don't deal with them and you don't learn to understand. And by dealing with something, I don't mean going out and seeking closure for it. I mean opening up that wound, looking at it, looking at that part of yourself, and really dissecting each moment of it, dissecting your reactions, dissecting where you feel your emotional pain. What is making you so upset as an underlying factor? Okay, so you can take any situation. So for me, let's keep using the math example. What is the underlying situation, root cause of why I can't get myself to dig deeper into my problem with math? Because I always failed at it as when I was really little. I wasn't fast enough with the timetables. My sister was younger than me and she was always better at it than I was. Okay, those are all the things. So when I go to do it, I feel like a failure. And that's why I can't grow to understand it, okay? I really have accepted this whole math thing inside myself, though. I'm past that point because it's really not affecting me. But you know what I mean with other issues. Like if you have a breakup, you say you went through, okay? And you just, shove it down, you block everything, but you don't deal with it. You just act like everything's fine. It's really not, because you haven't changed the underlying frequency. But when you start to dig apart that breakup, so okay, why do I feel bad about this? Is it because I feel like I wasn't worthy? Is it because I feel like I was abandoned? Do I feel like I can't trust now because of it? Do I feel like I wasted my time? And then you dissect those points. Because even with a breakup, I doubt it really has to do with the other person, why you're sad about it being over, but more so how you feel within yourself. Because even if that person, you had a breakup with, cheated on you, it's not that he was cheating, it's that you feel disrespected, dishonored. You feel, maybe unworthy if the person was, better looking in your eyes. You feel like you wasted time, all of those things, okay? So you really want to start dissecting those moments and understanding them, because then when you realize they have to do with you and yourself, it's a lot easier to move forward and to change your perspective and to change the frequency, because the more you understand your emotions, your trigger points, your filters, the more you're going to see cycling patterns. You're going to be able to pull yourself in the moment and be like, oh, wait, I recognize this. I recognize that I'm getting a little anxious right now and tight. And that means I have a moment coming up, a situation coming up, something I don't want to deal with, something my ego is trying to protect me from, a shadow filter coming forward, okay? And that's what happens when you grow to understand, because you go to see all concepts, all sides of the situation. All right, now let's see what else we can think about with this moment. So think about it this way too. So time versus understanding does have a connection, okay? So when you begin to understand your shadow, and then as time moves on, you understand it more, and you understand how to move forward from there, because every single day you're pulling more out of it. You're not just letting it set aside to haunt you, so to speak, to build up within your body. So as time goes on, it really does heal, because you have the understanding behind your emotional frequency. It's all connected, but it's only going to show results if you look it right in the face and you're ready to accept all that you are, all that you have been, and all that you can be.